That sounds like a recipe for disaster. We're talking about somebody who, at the blink of an eye, can unalive you. He can
Yep.
delete you, and
Yep.
you won't even be a memory. We got plots for people like you. You won't even have your own burial. So you want me to talk like this? Yes. Your pharaohs in your life, whether it's a hardship that comes in several different fashions, you have to demand something of that and say, listen, I know I'm working at this job right now, but this ain't me. I'm working to make you rich when God gave me all the equipping that you don't understand. Listen, Pharaoh don't know how to make no bricks, but he benefits off the brick. You can build your own brick. Now, a brick is whatever piece of structure that you can put for your benefit. Like I said, first generation breakaway is when you realize, because God also is going to tell him in the next few verses after Moses goes back and forth with him, he says, look what's in your hand. Look at the skill sets that you have. Look at the access that you have now, and I want you to do it for yourself. Because Moses, even though he's talking about delivering a nation of people, they are Moses, and Moses is them. So if you think about it, you are the beginning of a lineage of people who thought contrary to what we've been told. So some of you have been told that you'll never be nothing, when God says, no, you've always meant the world to me. That's why I gave you my son as a testament. Some of you may have been told, hey, this job, this is as high as it's going to get, and this is as high as you're going to get, and you're going to retire right there with us. So you can go do your little crazy podcast, and you can go do your little crazy, whatever, sacrifice the well-being of your family. But it's like, no. God has called you to do more. Hey, you know what? You may be in that relationship, and he or she may tell you, hey, listen, you ain't going to find no better than me.
Amen.
You ain't nothing else out there. I'm the best I'm the best you're gonna get. Matter of fact, I made you. You're only better because no. God decides, and God tells you when, number one, you are ready to speak to whatever Pharaoh. Now, I'm not trying to, make it awkward if you listen to this in your car with your loved one and nothing like that. Because I know when people usually listen to this, if you're walking on the treadmill or something like that, or, I don't want you to trip and fall. Just relax, just breathe. But you have to know what element is keeping you captive. Now, some people, let's give it a fair shake. Some people, they're perfectly content with how things are. Because guess what? Being with Pharaoh is steady. It's predictable. I can rely on it to be there. Do I like it? No, but hey, it's a whole lot better than wondering how I'm going to make it tomorrow. I know how to make it on whatever minimal, meager, ways that I'm getting compensated. Now, doesn't just apply to just jobs or whatever. I don't want to reduce it down to that. But let's just say, you know what? I've always been an angry person. My Pharaoh is anger. And I am ruled by that anger. I am ruled by that chronic need to always feel guilty about something, to be sad about something, to be dismissive about a lot of things. You know what? And I can never, as bad as it is, I'm used to it and I'm comfortable. It's called the, oh my goodness. It's called the, man, it just, okay. Basically when you are, it's going to hit me once the podcast is over. But it's basically when you are loyal to your oppressor. Okay. You have this, I'm going to have to look it up because it's right there on the tip of my tongue. But basically that's what a Pharaoh is. It makes you think that without me, you won't know how to function. Without you leaning on whatever incompatible action that is contrary to your growth, you think you need that. Now, you may not admit that. You may not even declare it. Who's going to say, listen, I like being angry. You know what? Being depressed is not that bad. I actually like feeling blue and just being dragged around and being told all and everything. No one says that. But that's how they live. That's how they act. You have to speak to that Pharaoh and say, no, no, no. Let my people go. My people's my faculties, my peace, my portion, my stability, my sanctification, my purification, all that matters to me. And it's gonna take a lot to get it, but it's worth every bit of it. I'm gonna look up this word, nigga. You go ahead, because it's driving me crazy.
There's a famous gospel artist that's sang a song that he's seen the best in me when I seen the worst in me.
Mm-hmm.
And just even reading about these few passages of the assignment that God has given Moses, and that happened to Moses. Moses, he was highlighting, and we're going to read that. I'm going to read that shortly. When, of course, he sent Moses for a serious task to go. He sent Moses to go to Pharaoh, so he could tell Pharaoh, "Hey, let my people, the Israelites, go from Egypt," because God really wants them to go to the land that's flowing with milk and honey, and that's what we know as the Promised Land. And in Exodus 3:13, Moses said to God, "If I come to the people of Israel and say to them, 'The God of your fathers has sent me to you,' and they ask me, 'What is his name?' what shall I say to them?" God said to Moses, "Just tell them that I am who I am." And he said this to the people of Israel: "I am has sent me."